Hi there, have I got something special for you? I've managed to track down the author of Built to Sell. His name's John Warrillow. It's a fascinating book, and I caught up with him for a short interview, and he shared his insights on how to make an accountancy practice much more valuable and much more saleable. He also talked about how accountants are in a privileged position to help their clients build more saleable and more valuable businesses. And he also talked about how accountants can make money out of helping clients build more saleable businesses. So I've got some extracts from the interview here, so let's go and watch that straight away. It's about finding what it is that you do really, really well and focus on doing just that.
Exactly. A guy named Darren Root has done this really successfully. Darren Root is a U.S.-based accountant in Indiana, in the middle of the country. And, for a lot of accountants, there's just a broad sweep of things that you could offer, everything from audits to trusts to payroll to, monthly financial statements. And what Root did is he looked down at his most successful customers, most valuable customers, and what he found was that there was a common characteristic. A lot of them are professionals. So doctors, dentists, architects, and those people place a very high value on their time, and they hate doing payroll, taxes, etc. And so what he did was he bundled up into one teachable, valuable, repeatable offer something called the BOSS system, which stands for Back Office Support System, which the value proposition to a customer is, look, we're going to take away your entire need to have a finance function in your practice. You're not going to need to have a bookkeeper anymore because we're going to do that for you. And he built processes and systems around offering this BOSS system. And one of the most important things he did was he turned off all of the other services that he was selling before. The audits, managing trusts, all the things that are complex that require his personal involvement, he turned off. And was able to kind of build a very successsul practice in the United States as a result of that.
Yeah, that's fascinating, and it's interesting that I work with some incredibly successful firms here in the UK, firms making over £200,000 in profits per partner, and one of the things that's comes across with all of those firms is that they're very, very clear on their ideal client. They have a complete focus on who they want to work with, which is not everybody. It's a very specific type of client, and they also focus on particular areas of work. Whereas most firms will have anybody as a client and try and do everything. And there's some great points you brought out about how to make our practice more valuable. The idea of focusing on something. It's good to be boring, as the article said in Inc.com. If we turn now to our clients and helping them, what would you say is the single most important thing that we can do as accountants to help our clients create more saleable companies?
Recurring revenue. Again, it may be a case where you can't see the forest for the trees. Being an accounting firm, you have enormous luxury of being in an industry which is almost, by definition, has recurring revenue. Again, every company in the United Kingdom has to do an annual tax return, and many of them will outsource that to an accountant. I know that's not what you want to be doing. Payroll, all of these kind of regular services that you may take for granted are a wonderful asset and will make your company ultimately sellable because you've got that recurring revenue. Unfortunately, most SMEs in the UK are not in that luxurious position. They've got what might be called break-fix businesses, where they wait till the phone rings when the customer has a problem. I'll give you an example. Take a swimming pool maker, someone who installs swimming pools. If all they're doing is installing a swimming pool, that's a tough business model, because all you've got to do is, hopefully you only ever install a swimming pool once in your home and that's it. Whereas if you started to focus as a swimming pool maker, and I think you as an accounting firm are in a unique position to help coach some of your clients on these attributes, is if you were to say, okay, what reoccurs in the life of the swimming pool? Well, it's the chemicals, right? It's the chlorine and the stabilizer and the pH chemicals you've got to jam in the water so that it doesn't go green. That's the stuff that is consumable. And if if it were me, buying a pool company, yeah, great, you install pools, that's wonderful. But I want to know, what are the consumables? How frequently do people have to buy chlorine, and how often do they come back to the store to do that? As an accounting firm, it's really helping business owners think through their recurring revenue model, because again, that's what the acquirer is going to buy. And as an accounting firm, you're in a unique position. We did some research, Mark. I shared this with you last time we were together. We asked SMEs in the UK, of all of the professionals out there, so solicitor, banker, coach, financial advisor, of all of the professionals they deal with, who is the #1 professional they would turn to for advice on building a sellable company? And by far away, the #1 advisor is their accountant. And so you've got their trust. They come to you for this information already. And so as you can coach them along, you're in the best position to help these companies become more sellable.
Wow, that was awesome. There were some fantastic insights there from John. If you want to watch the full video, which is about 30 minutes long, then you'll see a link just below this video here. Anyway, I really must dash now because I'm about to go and interview Helen Wilkie, and Helen's going to be teaching accountants how to write much more effectively, and I'm also going to be asking her about how accountants can create their own book. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.